Hello and welcome to another episode of Marion County Market Updates. I'm your host, Miguel. Let's dive right in. So the last few weeks, we've been seeing inventory stack up week after week. The new listings were outweighing the solds, but it looks like this week we have a little bit of a shift in the trends in the last 7 days. We've got 213 new houses on the market, but we have 243 sold. So we have 30 less properties that have stacked up from the previous 7 days. So that's a good sign. However, we are still seeing a substantial amount of price decreases. Let's dive into those real quick and just kind of take a glance of what the average price of the decrease is. And it looks like, let me extend this to 100. Let's look at this first page. It looks like a lot of them are less than of a percent. Some of them are 1%. Some of them, we have outliers like 11 and 20%. But for the most part, 9 here. For the most part, it looks like it's small little price decreases just to try to keep competitive. Let's dive into the solds and see what the trends there in the solds are. And if the properties are getting close to what they're asking. So this first one, 229, sold for 229. So they got what they were asking for. It's a new 2024. So not quite new. And that one was on the market 170 days. So it took a while, but they got what they were asking. This one's 3 days on the market, 10,000 under what they were asking. That's pretty good though. 3 days on the market, not a bad deal. 5,000 under what they were asking. 2023. We got what they were asking. $10,000 seller concession. Let's look at one more. So for the most part, we're seeing a pretty stable market. Houses are going for close to what they're asking for, if not what they are asking for. It's just taking some time. Average days on market right now is 5. We have 5.86 months of inventory on the market. So we can still get the houses moved, but it's going to take some time. Another thing we're seeing is 221 pending. So we have more pending properties than new active listings. So as long as all these properties close, we'll keep seeing the inventory trend downwards, hopefully in the next few weeks. So now we can have a little bit of a stable market moving into the fall. So that's it for the Market Watch update. Why don't we dive into some recent news and see what's going on? All right, so let's dive right in. This article just came out within the hour. And what it's talking about is basically what Jerome Powell, the Fed chair, just announced as far as what they're expecting is going to happen in July as far as interest rate cut that everybody's been waiting on. So right now it seems like the FOMC is taking a wait and see approach, and they're waiting on they're keeping an eye on two indicators to justify lowering the rates. And one of the things that's holding them back and making them take a more conservative approach is potential inflation from the tariffs that were introduced and are currently still being negotiated as time goes on. Another indicator that they're waiting on is an unemployment rate report. Right now, the unemployment rate is keeping steady at about a 4.2%. They're expecting it to increase to a 4.3. However, if it goes past that and goes to a 4.4, then the likeliness of the rate cut will increase from a 21.2 where it currently stands to above 50%. So if you're waiting on a rate cut right now, it's about a 1 in 5 chance that you'll see a rate cut. They're saying it's going to come towards the end of the year. However, it's the same thing I always tell buyers. Don't date don't just avoid buying a house because the rate isn't the most favorable. Date the rate, marry the house. There's a lot of strategies you can use to lower your monthly rate to make it more affordable and to make it more attractive to buy now. But another thing to keep in mind is typically rate cuts have a correlation to price increases, because as the rate cuts are applied, buyers qualify for more. And typically, people make decisions with emotions, they justify with logic. So they'll say they want to stay under what they're approved for. And then when they actually start house hunting, they fall in love for houses at the higher end of their budget. It just typically tends to happen like that. So again, if you're waiting for the rates to go down, that probably means that the prices will slowly creep up. So avoid that. Take advantage of the price drops that are happening now. Lock in your house now, and if you're anticipating a rate cut coming soon, take advantage of the prices now and refinance later when the rate cuts hit, 6 months, 8 months, whatever it is, but lock in a good deal now. That's typically my advice. And if you want to get in contact with a local lender that can go over some of the strategies or some of the programs they have available to make the monthly payment a little bit more affordable and more attractive, feel free to reach out to me at 754-207-2708 via call or text. And if you want to bypass that and just kind of take a look at what's available in the area that you're interested in, what the prices are looking like, and you want to start your home search on your own, feel free to start your home search at my website, mrod.homes, the number 4, saleinflorida.com. Again, that's mrod.homesforsaleInFlorida.com. I'm Miguel, your local Central Florida realtor. If you have any questions or interested in me doing any content about your local area or about any areas you're interested in, feel free to comment below. And if you haven't already, please hit the like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you get notifications of my market update. Again, this is Miguel, checking out. Take care.
Started my night with the light. When I got to the club, I was out for the dark.